sense, I might pay you. Make it make sense, I might pay you.
Make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it, make it, make it make sense, come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense, come on, make it, make it.
What's good, y'all? Let's Make Sense of It podcast. We are back for another week, and like we always say,
the truth you don't want, but you definitely need it.
you definitely need it. I go by the Bull Vance,
And I'm Ash.
and we are back again. Like always, follow us on Instagram. Let's Make Sense of It _ Let's Make Sense of It _ If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're listening to us, make sure you leave a review. Leave those 5 stars, man. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the follow button if you listening to us Apple, Spotify, Google, all of your listening platforms. And make sure if you want gear, Let's Make Sense of It podcast.com. As you can see, Ash, she has our summer shirts on. Make sure you hit us. Let's Make Sense of It podcast.com. The website is up. So this week, we're gonna do a little bit of open discussion this week. No real overall topic. We're just gonna do a general discussion. So. Let's start it off this way. I have a quote for you. It says, loving someone who never had the intentions on loving you back. Pretty much, explain that. That pause right there is exactly what the quote, is exactly kind of sums up that quote right there.
You said loving someone that has
loving someone who never had the intentions on loving you back.
I mean, I think everybody goes through that. That's kind of like your childhood love or first relationship, shit like that. Well, some of y'all go through that. Some of us go through that in adulthood as well.
Still going through it. Some people still going through it.
That is true. But I mean, that's hard.
Hard.
That's a hurt piece, because like if you putting your all into somebody and then they like faking it, and then you figure out that shit ain't even real, like that shouldn't make you feel like I don't never want to like do this shit again with nobody, because you don't know if it's actually genuine.
Yeah, sometimes people stumble into that and do it to themselves. Sometimes people fall in love with these sneaky links, and that sneaky link was only here for a good time, not a long time.
I mean, that's communication. You gotta, because some people be like, that's a sneaky link, but is it really a sneaky link? Like, are y'all both on that sneaky link type tip? Like, is they calling you that sneaky link, or are they calling you somebody that they talk to or they fucking with? Because then it's not a sneaky link anymore.
Yeah, that's just y'all messing around. It's only a sneaky link, or it's only a sneaky link if the one person's in a relationship and the other person's not.
Yeah,
that's technically what a sneaky link is supposed to be.
If I say if y'all single, how y'all doing a sneaky link?
Yeah,
like, you just like that's just the equivalent to you fucking multiple people. Everybody ain't gotta know who you fucking. So like, is that really a sneaky link?
No, no. It's called sneaking. You're sneaking around. It's a reason that you're sneaking around. You're single.
You're minding your business. That's what it's called. It's not a sneaky link. It's minding my business. That's what it is.
Yeah, but loving someone who had no intentions to love you back, that's man, that can scar somebody. That can really that can mess you up mentally.
Child, people get married to people like that and don't realize it until it's way too late. Y'all had babies with them, all that type of stuff, and be wondering why your relationship always on the down and not really on the up and up, and you just avoiding all of it. It's like, what was avoiding the red flags? Y'all turning the red flags into orange and yellow and all of other colors, forgetting that that's something that you need to pay attention to. Like, you need to pay attention to them not reciprocating what you giving. Yeah,
and then the person that's on the other side of that, not doing the loving back, like that's a cold-hearted motherfucker right there. Like, for you to mess with somebody, I think if you mess with somebody, it has to be some type of care, some type of something there that make you want to mess with that person. So if you just don't love them, you just using them, that's pretty much what it sounds like. You're using them. Like, you're just using them. You're here for now, and then go on to the next one. Now this is interesting. What makes someone go ghost on you? What makes someone go ghost on you?
I'm supposed to know what somebody. I'm supposed to know why you ghosted me. Like,
hey, what makes somebody go ghost on you, man?
Somebody go ghost on me?
Yeah. Or if you want to ghost on somebody, what would make you want to go ghost on somebody?
I'm the one that do the ghosting.
Oh, you the ghoster?
I'm the ghoster.
He's the ghoster. What make you go ghost on somebody? Oh shit! You know you about to say some shit.
So very situational, but I'll say the generalize everybody because I kind of do ghost everybody I talk to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, that's some super. Damn, that's some super toxic shit.
I ghost everybody I talk to. So,
Dude.
if I'm putting out energy that I'm not getting in return, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people. I hate putting out all this energy and then like eventually feel like I'm not getting it right back.
Right.
Especially when it comes to dating. I feel like if you're not dating me how I'm dating you, or not, I like doing stuff that I like, of course. But you got stuff that people aren't into, kind of stuff. So I'm kind of introducing people that I talk to onto new stuff. So I'm kind of giving you a glimpse of what I like doing. So you can kind of like just return the energy at some point where that's my love language. So if you're not doing that at some point, I'm off the grid.
He says off the grid.
I'll go somebody if you being annoying. If like we just met or we just exchanged numbers and you already like when you gonna come see me. If you want some shit like you constantly want to talk about sex right away, like damn, like you want some, like you asking about positions, like nigga, like why you could ask what type of breakfast I like to eat, like you like plan a date, like do something, like communicate. If you just like want to talk to me because you trying have sex, like let me know that because you don't know what type of time I may be on. Like if
now is that really true though? No. That's no. Chicks, no.
Chicks, don't do the chicks.
Women say
I'm not a chick. I'm not every chick. I'm not
because women will say, "Oh, just let me know what you want up front," and then a nigga do that. And then the nigga get blocked because he told you from the rip. That's what he wanted up.
That's not. I dealt with somebody like that for a whole year. For a year. Like right off the bat, it was like we started talking, and it was like, all right, so what's your intentions? This is my intentions. Like I'm not looking for a relationship. This is like what I want to do. Blah blah. All right, I'm not looking for one either. This is what I want to do. We went out. We had sex. That went on for a year.
It's not like his mom blowing it.
Like it wasn't you came up with that discussion right now. People fuck up because they don't have that discussion. Like you'll start talking to somebody and they looking for a relationship, but you're not looking for that. Like you gotta let that be known from the beginning.
True, that's where the communication comes in.
And people can't stay around thinking that person's gonna change and all of a sudden want a relationship.
True. I mean, sometimes people try to how would I put this? Sex their way into a relationship, if that makes any sense. Like they'll be dealing with a person knowing that person had no intention on being with them, but they figure, all right, we're just gonna keep having sex and eventually feelings are gonna get involved and then eventually we're gonna be in a relationship. When sometimes everybody feelings get expressed differently. Let's put it that way. They might have feelings involved, but they still might say fuck you. Like we not even on that type time. You think so? You think it's more women?
Wait, what? Pause. Pause.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Women. That's not a nigga thing.
What?
You think it's
saying niggas sex their way into a relationship?
Oh wait, no.
Never.
No.
That's not even a thing.
Nope.
That's not a thing.
Because most niggas just want to get away with it as much as they can get away with, as far as they can get away with.
Men are more prone to step out because of sex. So a man, I would never hear of a man going into sex his way into a relationship. No, ain't no way. Like falling into some shit, yeah, but sex in a way, no, that is definitely a female thing. Yeah, I will agree with that. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. I had a moment there. I was confused. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
No, but and the second part of that question, it says respecting people's ghosting phases. This is separate from going ghost on somebody. This is somebody that they want ghost on you. Somebody wrote this. Somebody wrote this in our topic thing, and he basically said being able to respect people's ghosting phases, meaning they might listen. It was a guy, of course. Meaning it was a guy, of course, but meaning like sometimes it might be dealing with something, and it's okay for them to go ghost. Listen,
it depends on like what your relationship status or your like if y'all just started talking and they go ghost, I mean like they don't really owe you no explanation.
True.
For why they go ghost. Ain't no fucking ghosting phases, nigga. Like you can't open up and just say like I don't want to talk to you right now. Like I don't want to be bothered. Like what the fuck? That's not hard. It's not hard to text somebody and say, listen, I don't want to be bothered. I'm going through something. Da da da.
True.
But you can't have ghosting phases and then every time you decided to pop out like the fucking sun, you think that I'm gonna be okay with it or have time for you.
He might have been working on himself. She might have been working on herself. They might have been working on each
Y'all
other.
are not children. Communication.
Go ahead.
No, not Aunt, because Aunt
Nope.
ghosts everybody you talk
Nope.
to.
I am spin the block king.
No shit. The spin the block king.
I am spin the block king. If we not beefing and I never did nothing to you wrong, I'm gonna spin the block.
After you done ghosted them?
After I done ghosted them.
Now, yeah, well, I can. That sounds like some toxic shit, but I can actually agree with that. If you didn't do nothing wrong, it's like, all right,
Because it may be multiple reasons why I ghosted you, but I might, because I don't want to. I was just talking about this yesterday. I don't want to put my bad energy and whatever I've got going on onto somebody else, so I would just disappear.
see.
All right, Caspers. I want to play fucking disappearing like, okay. Like, no. Tell somebody some shit. Like,
Hey, listen.
I don't know how it's like, I'm ghosting. The only reason I'm ghosting is because you did something that bothered me.
That's women.
See,
I feel like that's
I
women.
don't understand
See,
why
men-
men can't do that.
You don't understand the power that women have sometimes. Like niggas, you want to smash. So niggas deal with a lot until they get to a certain point and they be like, all right, I'm out. This is how niggas' minds work.
Especially the sex was corny. I'm out.
Yeah.
Would y'all tell somebody
What?
if their sex was corny? Like, would you actually like tell them that to their face?
Not, I wouldn't say it was
and
corny.
not like that. Like
It's ways how you gonna say it, but if it's gonna be brought up, niggas not gonna tell somebody that shit was corny. We gonna tell my man. I'm gonna tell my mans that shit was corny. I'm not gonna tell a girl that if we actively doing it, yeah, babe, I ain't like how you was doing this, cool. But if it's just some random ass person, I'm never telling you that because we never going
because we never go exactly. We're never gonna talk about this ever again.
like we never like that. We
Especially
never,
if you put time in. If you just put some time in just to get to that point and it was ass,
Chalk.
I mean,
forget about it.
we
Won't even feel the same no more.
We go through the same thing. Like,
You got people who ghost who. I think this is both genders. I feel like it depends. It depends on your savage. You got some people who know they have this. They know how to have sex as a whole, like not just
penetration.
intercourse, penetration. You have people who know how to have sex. They will. I'm looking for the word. It's a word. They go demon time on this person and then just don't talk to them for like.
Now you just created somebody. Now you just created a crazy person.
Yeah, you just created a crazy
We
person.
talked about this. Now you done created a crazy person.
You wonder why she all on your line. You wonder why she doing pop-ups because you did demon
Why you
time,
being
and now
weird
it's just
than
like,
me?
Very much so.
like you was saying all this shit in my ear. Now you mute.
Now you mute.
Run that shit back.
Run it back, Turbo. All right. Let me go this. Let me go this way. Cancel culture. I don't think we touched on cancel culture, so let's touch on cancel culture.
I guess bogus.
You think it's bogus?
Yep.
What's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on cancel culture?
Cancel culture is stupid. I feel like it's a bunch of people sitting around ain't got shit else to do that just want to put out these think pieces on how they think celebrities and people should act in this world when at the end of the day we all have an opinion. Whether somebody wants to hear your opinion, that's give or take, but you can't cancel somebody for their opinion. Only time I feel as though you can like come at somebody about something they said is if they like backtracking on it. If they like
Right.
if they said it and they not standing on it and they backtrack and say, oh, that's not what I meant, you wouldn't have put it out there that way. But cancel culture is just toxic as hell. They'll cancel anybody for being in their feelings.
Right, because Twitter plays a big part in that. Like people go way back and find tweets from 8, 9, 10 years ago.
You ain't got shit
what
to
just
do.
happened? Saucy Santana, right?
Was talking
He
about
said
Blue
something
Ivy.
about Blue Ivy. What was the exact quote? I didn't really read. What was the exact
Basically,
quote?
Blue Ivy was nappy headed. Beyonce looked ashy.
Dang, that's what he said. I didn't even see it.
Some shit like that or whatever. But I'm just saying though, when Blue Ivy was a baby and when she was coming up, there was so many adults, people that were celebrities and non-celebrities that were talking about this little girl.
Right.
Saying that Beyonce made too much money for them to not do her hair. Blue Ivy is ugly. She looked just like her dad. She not gonna grow up to look like her mom. Like, they were demolishing this baby. This is a child, and grown ass adults were doing that. So I can see people going back, and because Saucy Santana is, getting where he's getting now, you going back and finding them tweets. But in all reality, like, if Beyonce don't give a shit, why do y'all give a shit so badly?
And I think these blogs, they do a lot of that too. Like, whoever digs it up, whoever goes back and when you start, that's always the case. When you start making some hay, as you would say, start getting a little bit more fame, a little bit more everything, the people always gonna want to go back and just dig on some shit. Like, how many people? Like, it could be how many people now, like when Kevin Hart, the Oscars wouldn't let him host because of some shit he said back 10 years ago.
About the,
like, it was a whole, but people gotta look at it though. It was a whole different climate back then though. You got away with a lot more back then. People were a way more
comedies, because this shit is like,
I know it's hard.
You can't say a simple ass joke without motherfuckers getting upset.
But
Like,
that's the problem with comedy. Is supposed to be one, phones is ruining comedy. That's why I respect comedians like Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart. They got crews during their shows. Listen, it's a no phone policy. They got people walking around like, no, because comedy is meant for that crowd at that particular moment that they were laughing at it. That particular crowd came to see this particular comedian because they knew this is what they talk about. They know they're raw. They know this. They know that. It wasn't meant to make it to the blogs, and now the blogs want to dissect it. Yeah. Oh, he said this. It's a different way.
He meant that, and it's just like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, because
how you gonna tell me what somebody else meant, and he didn't say that? Like,
right.
What the fuck?
Because comedians, what the problem is when people record phones. Comedy is not like music. You just can't. If a comedian tells a joke, he just can't go to the next city and use the same joke. If somebody's seeing it online, now you kind of fucking up his routine. Music, you could do that. You go from city to city. But with a comic, they have other jokes that set up that particular joke. So you might only recorded a 10, 15 second clip of that particular joke, and now all of a sudden it's doing like this, but you didn't get the whole entire joke and how it all tied back in. Comedians, most good comedians, they set up their jokes. They'll tell a joke in the beginning, it'll set up, it'll come back around in the middle, and then at the end of the show, it's back to, all the way around. But that's the problem with that.
Now y'all got these basic ass comedians because Netflix is just giving fucking stand up opportunities to anybody these days. Just so many of them.
Holla at me, Netflix. What's up, baby?
Like, shit, for real, we all can just go in there and just do a show if we felt like it. But I mean, comedy today is way different because everybody's so timid. Like, everything is just taken to heart, and it's like you taking everything personally, and then anybody say your fucking name or mention you. It's not if the shoe fit, that's your fucking fault. Fix it. But like, everybody's
easily offended. Listen, you want to be all. Listen, you can't be easily. It's comedy. It might sound crazy. Some of the best jokes was racial jokes back in the day. Like we all knew they were some of the best jokes because it was a little bit of truth in some of them. Like it was racial truth in there.
Gay jokes.
Yeah.
I was about to say Bernie Mac did it.
Bernie Mac nowadays.
Did it.
You know what?
Murphy did it. Like a lot of them did it. Like they didn't give a fuck. You ever like Paul Mooney? He didn't give two shits what he said out his mouth. That's good comedy because you laughing at it, and if it's true, then fix something.
It's a way about how you deliver it too. Now, if you just being malicious and it's not funny, then you got problems in your hand. Like the way Dave Chappelle go about telling jokes and telling stories, that's just how he is. Like I always wonder how Bernie Mac is one of my favorite comedians. I always wonder how he would survive in this climate because I feel like he would be just like Dave Chappelle. He really wouldn't give a fuck because Bernie Mac didn't care. He did not care.
He didn't give two shits. That's the comedy we like.
Exactly. What makes on the cancel culture? What do you think makes someone an Uncle Tom?
An Uncle Tom?
Yeah.
You don't know what an Uncle Tom is. It's a black man or woman who, takes
the white man's side pretty much. All right, let me ask you this. So if somebody says blacks only care when they get killed by white men and not by another black man,
of course,
is that
100 times isn't true. Very much so.
But if a black guy said that and he agreed with certain stuff on maybe on a different party line, would he be considered Uncle Tom, or would he be considered just telling the truth?
Telling the truth.
Because I think sometimes people mix that up. Oh, he just
telling the truth. Like fucking I don't know how many people watch it, but The View, Joy Bader, she got on there. She said if she was like, we won't get gun laws until black people get guns. Like if a mass majority of black people decided tomorrow that they wanted to go buy a gun, automatically on Tuesday on Joe Biden desk will be a law passed about buying weapons because we did something. But the simple fact is that a lot of black people are only up in arms about gun laws and gun violence and everything like that because of the simple fact that people of color are getting killed by black people, by white men or white cops, or you have all the mass shootings where these are white people shooting minorities. But in your own neighborhood, you close your door, you don't want to answer any questions, you're not trying to actually march for anything. All you're doing is talking. That's why I say a lot of people have all these long ass think pieces on social media, but you don't do anything. So it's just like either shut up or actually put some action behind your words. Yeah. You can be upset all you want to, but being upset on your couch with your door locked and you shut down for the night ain't gonna solve anything.
Yeah, because listen, it's probably 85% of the world for the most part. They are, pretty good people. It's that 15% out of however many hundreds and hundreds of million people. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. So it's more good people in this world than there's bad people. But when it comes to that, like our thing is I think as a community, we talked about this before. Is like in order for us to get away from the problem instead of actually trying to fix the problem, we'll up and say, you know what, I'm gonna move to Delaware. I'm gonna move down south.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere. That's the sad part.
Everywhere you go, and it's like it might be less than other places, but then you run into a different thing that you haven't dealt with.
Now you run into some racism.
I was about to
shit.
say everybody moving down south, and they like it's better living down there. Of course, like the cost of living might be different. You can get a house cheaper than you would for a row home in North Philly up here, or for the same amount, and you getting land, space, garages, all that type of shit. You can do that as well, but then you run into a different problem when you crossing into another state. Now you dealing with racism, or you dealing with more burglaries. Now you dealing with fucking bombings. I don't know. You dealing with a bunch of shit that you weren't dealing with before. So it's just like you want to make a change, like actually make a change. Like you can't just constantly talk about it and then don't do anything. And just off topic, if you're gonna move, do your research. Don't just think because you change your location, you're gonna change your problems. That's part of the problem. People think just because they move, all of their problems going to go away. Where no, you didn't deal with your problems you had now in a particular state, whether it was New York, Pennsylvania, anywhere around here, and you move somewhere else, you move to Atlanta, and now you think everything going. No, you ain't have a plane up here, and you move out there with no plane. Still ain't got no plane. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk. Let's touch on this. The Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan situation. Y'all want to go first? Y'all can go first.
The Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan situation.
I would like to hear a man's perspective out loud.
So why exactly did they break up? Did they say why they broke up? It was alleged that he wanted to get to that point where he popped the question, and she wasn't ready for it.
That's what we heard.
That's allegedly. That's what we heard. We don't know.
Allegedly.
We don't know what it was. Everything's alleged
because ain't neither one of them say nothing.
But Lori Harvey she's doing the same thing that Future Future did and is doing. All right, so how would I put this? Lori is women out here looking at the Lori Harvey because they feel as though there is don't make this. There's women out here looking at the Lori Harvey talking out the side of their face because on one hand they want the Sierra prayer, but on the other hand they want to be a Lori Harvey. So we gotta, we gotta pick a side here. Which one do you want here? You want to be Sierra? You had a Sierra prayer. Oh, I want this to be my life. I need what she prayed for to get Russ. And then on the other hand, you want to be City Girl. You want to be Lori Harvey out here. Oh, she just and the chicks. The women's favorite line when they broke up was, oh, all she doing is what niggas do to us. That's the favorite line. So y'all make it seem like it was acceptable. So when niggas do this shit, it's just like, oh, it's niggas. But when the chick do it, it's like, oh, y'all do it to us. So now we doing it. We going with the back and forth thing because men do it now. It's okay for her. How we know she ain't scar my man Michael B. Jordan. Now he be out here and he doing shit scarring other women. And now it's gonna be a problem.
Now it's hurt people. Okay.
Yeah. How you know that? We don't know that man wasn't a good man.
All right.
We see him at the Warriors game. He looked like he was going through it. My man looked sad. He about to go film Creed 2, Creed 3, whatever else Creed he about to go punch somebody in the face. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you about to say?
You want mine?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So people I have heard and read people saying like, oh, Lori Harvey only doing what niggas do every day, and the Future jokes is funny and da da da. So my whole thing is Lori Harvey is 25 years old and Michael B. Jordan is 35 years old. Mm-hmm. So already right there, your timeline is your time frames is fucked up. Mm-hmm. I would say, because he's at the age where marriage like definitely will be a next step, and she's still a tad bit in that young phase where it might be, but it doesn't have to be. Now, what I would say is that their relationship is the only relationship that she publicized. and she actually came out and said,
No.
Yes, it is.
No, when she was with wait,
did she say it or did everybody say that she was fucking with this guy or around with this person?
I mean, we knew what it was. She didn't have this.
Do
these celebrities really announce it?
Listen, no, they do.
They never really announced it.
She announced this one, and
I can't trust
and
it.
she made it public because she put it on her. She put it on her page, and he did the same thing as well. Everybody else she fucked with, she did not do that. You just saw them with her, right?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, it is.
All right, go ahead.
Because the
Finish
one
your point.
thing that everybody's gonna put out is her timeline. They're gonna put out, oh, she was fucking with Future, she was fucking with Diddy, she was fucking with, was it Quincy or Justin?
I don't know. She out of pocket. She out of pocket.
One of the sons, she was. This is. Listen. One of the sons she was fucking with, or whatever, as well as fucking with Diddy, and of course fucking with Future, and then whoever else she fucked with. She was with Michael B. Jordan for a full year, and she made her relationship with him public. Everybody else was always speculation of what they were doing, how long she was fucking this person. You saw them with her, you saw her out with them, but it was never from her mouth or publicized that she was dating that person.
Listen, first of all, Lori Harvey,
she never said it. So my whole thing is that the reason that they might have broke up is he might have asked her to marry him, and supposedly she said that she still want to have fun. She didn't say
she out of pocket.
She didn't say
out of pocket.
But this person never said like she want to have fun. She wants to be single. Maybe she just wanted to enjoy that relationship a little bit more. They were only dating for a year. Maybe she didn't want to be married right away.
So she had fun for a year.
Maybe what if she told him that in the beginning and he decided to keep their fucking relationship going, thinking she was going to change her mind?
I don't know. I don't think you get a full year in like that.
A full year. Everybody don't be married after a year.
True, but yeah, I didn't know the age gap was that. I knew she was younger, but I didn't know she was 10 years younger than him. I didn't know she was that young. First of all, she was out of pocket when she was fucking with Diddy and the son, number one. So Michael B. Jordan, he should already knew.
Is she out of pocket?
Yes.
How?
Come on, she out of pocket.
How?
What do you mean how?
Diddy is literally right now fucking with two different women publicly, and they both know it.
He didn't claim him. He didn't claim him. He did not claim him. He did not claim him.
Diddy said, "I'm single and I'm enjoying myself." While he was sitting down with
that was
Carisha,
a legendary fucking line
with Carisha, who he's actually messing with, and then the other Jordan still posting pictures about him messing with her. When he got asked the question, "What you do or how you felt when you saw it got messy online?" He said he had to reset that shit. So I mean, he put both of them in their fucking place to
Diddy out of
know
pocket.
this is what it is.
Diddy out of Diddy too old to be playing these games with these young bucks,
So
man.
Diddy
out of pocket.
If your dad want to take you on a date and didn't go anywhere, then all of a sudden you want to take
No,
me
she
on
out
a
of
date.
pocket because that's some out of pocket. This is some out of pocket shit right there. That's some out of pocket shit right there. Listen, long story short, it's rich people problems like always. Like I don't know why people always are so in tune to want to get into these rich people problems. It's funny because they was like we no longer listening to Steve Harvey because your daughter ain't listening to you, Steve. So we not listening to.
She definitely
we
did.
not listening.
She definitely did listen to him.
Steve.
She listened to him.
Steve, listen. Steve
But
out here giving out
his entire fucking book, so I don't understand. She definitely did listen.
But all right, let me ask you this: is it going to be harder? Is it going to be harder for her down the line once she's ready to settle down? When
No,
you don't think so?
No.
After she did, like, I know she's still young now, but once down the line, you don't think a guy will come along and be like, all right, I'm not marrying you.
I highly doubt that.
I think it might be a little harder.
The same reason why people were still having babies with Future, knowing exactly what he was going through, knowing exactly what kind of father he was to the rest of his children.
Yeah.
The same reason why Lori Harvey is still getting dates after they seen her track record and who the fuck she was dating.
They trying.
After she dated the son and the dad, nobody was just like, "Oh, I don't want to date her."
They just trying to have that on it.
It is what it is.
They trying to have that on the what Meek say on the that's on the wish list. What you mean? They trying to get a Lori Harvey on the list.
But everybody can't get them on her fucking list.
Man, y'all chicks is devious.
Oh, now it's us
Fucking
chicks is
devious.
But Nick
He done broke that man's heart. He done put his all into the relationship. He about to go get a roll on power.
What if he broke his own heart?
He about to go get a roll on power.
Why is that never a thing? What if he broke his own heart?
Oh, wow, by not listening to her.
What if he broke his own heart? What if she's putting out all the signs? What if she actually communicated like this is where I wanted to go, and he was just like, man.
I don't know. Once you start giving out nicknames, though, nah.
Like
once you start giving out nicknames and all that shit, nah, it's a little bit more than just we just messing around.
It's a year. Of course they're gonna have nicknames. Nobody said they was messing around. She just wasn't ready for marriage.
Hey, maybe they'll get back together. I doubt it though.
I mean, it is what it is.
I doubt it though.
I about to say LeBron was with his wife for how long? He was with his wife. He was with her for how long before he actually married her?
Yeah, you got a point there. All right. make sense of this quote. Now, I got a quote in here. It says, what does it say? All right. It says, and this is coming from a woman. It says, why is it okay for y'all to abort a baby y'all didn't want, but it's not okay for a man to abandon a baby he didn't want before the baby arrival? Y'all don't play fair at all, so I just want to know. And this is coming from a woman. So what's your thoughts on that?
Now you about to take us back to the fucking episode when I said that it was not a man's responsibility to bring the condom. What did I say? I said in that episode, if you having sex with this man and neither one of y'all want a child, who's going to take accountability for when somebody gets pregnant? And then how do you get mad at him if he told you from the beginning he didn't want the baby and you decided to keep the baby and now he on a child support court because you need support for this child that you decided to keep, but you decided to have, and you decided to have sex with him raw?
Now, who's more in the wrong there? The guy after
Answer that question. Answer that fucking question.
Because that's a hard one. Because
it's definitely not.
At
the end of the day,
it's the woman's body. So
it's my body.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, when we're having sex, it's really my choice to go along and have sex with you.
Correct.
Because other than that, either you gonna go to the next bitch or you gonna beat your dick. But it's like if you're penetrating me, I'm not penetrating you.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when we about to have sex, if I know for sure I don't want a kid, is either I'm already on birth control, but if that's not, for health decisions or personal reasons, I don't want that, you're gonna put a condom on. And everybody knows that a nigga is not gonna be prone to always carrying a fucking condom. That is
niggas playing Russian roulette out here.
Yeah. So either I'm gonna catch something, catch a baby, or I'm not. It's one of them three options. So if he is that responsible type of guy and he has them with him, that's perfectly fine. But you, at the end of the day, either he's gonna put it on by choice or you're gonna tell him to put it on.
Right. But so I guess ultimately the woman, she can't really get mad because that kind of fell back on you. He told you from the beginning he didn't want to have a baby. Now he's a little stupid on his other hand too. Like he already know like he didn't want to have a baby. You knew it was going to be a chance that you could have a baby, but you still, you know what I'm saying, did what you wanted to do. You wanted like playing Russian roulette, and you want to do whatever you want to do. Now you got a baby in the way. Now you going. Now you ain't shit. Now you just the baby.
But it's both. It's both.
Now both.
But a child never asks to be here, so it's up to the two people that decided to have sex. Do y'all want to deal with these consequences that come with it? So a nigga has to also know that even if you told her from the beginning, I don't want to have a kid, like if you didn't make the decision to put a condom on,
yeah,
go give up your parental rights then.
Yeah.
That way nobody can take you to court.
All right. Messy time. Our 2 cent segment. You bring a question this week or no? You got a question this week? No? All right. Well, I got one. I got two actually. I got 2 scenarios. You might have seen this one. So it says you're in a relationship for 3 years. Y'all having a good time. You with this person, all this good stuff. You find out the person was your cousin.
You're in a relationship for 3 years?
For 3 years.
And you find out they're your cousin?
Yes, you find out that person is your cousin. How would you handle that situation?
How many cousins removed are we talking?
How many family did you miss? Like, how far of a cousin is this cousin?
3 years. All right, let's say you moved to a different state and you found somebody and you was in a relationship with this person for 3 years.
I feel like anybody that's a cousin through a cousin, or like a distant cousin, like married into the family cousin, is like a gray area right there.
Yeah,
but we
married into the
it's different.
There's no blood.
But we under the same umbrella, like we got the same grandma, bro. That's chalk.
There's no way in 3 years
no way
you
you
didn't
didn't
come
know
to a family function and you didn't know.
Hey, you didn't know this.
You didn't know.
It is no. Because I forget whose story this was, but it was just weird. Like I felt like that was something you should have kept to yourself. Like I felt that y'all both should have kept that because that's a little. I'm
not telling nobody.
No, that's
like that. We cousins.
That's some down south. That's some down south shit right there. Some incest.
That's not a thing.
That's weird.
I can't because there's no way like
that you didn't know.
There's no you didn't go to a birthday party, grandma's house. Like you ain't show me no family pictures, none of that, and you telling me I'm just finding out 3 years later that you're my cousin? Oh, hell no. And then it'd be worse if y'all had a kid in their first year. Now,
if it's first cousin show, that's I feel like that's very.
That's almost impossible. Actually.
You move to a different state, and all right, scenarios are always up in the air. But if you knew somehow, or you like under the same umbrella, you have to know all your cousins under the same umbrella. You have to.
I do you one better that I seen along the same lines. It says it was a chick she didn't know who her daddy was. Mom never told her who the dad was. She thought her dad was gone. She's out here looking for a sugar daddy. She finds a sugar daddy. She has a sugar daddy, and she comes to find out it was her dad.
That's fucked up.
She was fucking her dad.
She come. Yo,
That's insane.
she thought her dad was gone, and her mom never talked about her dad. She thought it was just a deadbeat dad. He was gone, and then somehow along the line, sound like a Lifetime movie. Keep it a bean with you. Sound like some Lifetime shit, but
That's like a 1 in a million type.
but you out here getting sugar daddies,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get a sugar daddy, everything going you find out it's your fucking pop.
I didn't like. Maybe they don't look alike. Cause that's
wild.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I would. You need serious therapy after that.
you need Ayala fix my life because
She can't fix that. It ain't shit she gonna give her that's gonna fix that. It's nothing she gonna give her that's gonna fix that. She need like intensive therapy.
you need more than you need Jesus.
Like, how do you explain it? Like, I mean, the good thing about it, the only thing that's good about it is that he's a sugar daddy. So it's not,
Right.
it's not like
You might not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, been smashing. You know them old niggas just like to get money out. They get these little, you know what I'm saying,
But
get a
even
little
if
checks.
y'all was flirting, like even if y'all was flirting and she was sending him like nudes and shit, like
Yeah, that's a bad joke. That's a bad joke all the way around. All right, I got one more. Her husband cheated, and she cheated back.
guilty.
Now she's pregnant.
Somebody else's kid?
Yeah, she cheated back. Now she got pregnant.
What you about to ask? Who messed up the family first?
Yes, actually, yeah. Who do you think messed up the family first?
He did.
He did, but she did some errors.
No.
She must have knew this. No, because technically she could have been. Must have knew this nigga. She fucked him raw. That's all I'm saying.
No,
Chicks don't just be out here. Chicks don't just be out here fucking with random niggas raw.
Yes, they do, bro.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yes, they
You know what?
do.
I take that back. You're right. I got
Take
a little.
all that
I
shit
got a little
back.
bit ahead of myself. You're right. You're right.
Like, what?
Y'all motherfuckers
Yeah,
disgusting.
I
You're right.
get
I take that back.
That she's not. No, the only thing is that hers hit harder because now she got a child. Who's to say she gonna keep it or not? But whatever. But my whole thing is, if he cheated first, he messed up the family first.
All right, I'll give you another one. Who say somebody had a threesome and the other person got pregnant. Who's in the wrong there?
Oh,
Like that's a threesome. Like I never had a threesome. I don't know how threesome works, so I don't know if he got their condom. If he changes his condom every time he entering a new like different bitch. Like I don't know what's going on in there, but it's just that's
some shit.
that's some shit there. Like
That's some shit. How y'all explaining that one?
so. I don't know. Like is he only fucking his girl raw and then fucking the joint that they brung? Like,
Yeah, you're not supposed to be
with a
fucking
condom?
you're not supposed to be fucking the John raw though. That's a little, you know what I'm saying, that's the condom brute. That's a little
That's not even a thing. Like that's too many juices in one area flowing.
hey,
That's nasty.
sounds to be like that. But you get to the point you got somebody that's pregnant, yeah, that's keep that straight to
Listen,
yourself.
niggas you can't take what you dish out. You can't. So if
She got pregnant though. That's crazy.
if he cheated first, oh well. If she would have got gang banged by 5 niggas, it don't matter. You cheated first.
What?
Whoa.
It
That do matter. What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
not.
What?
Why does it matter?
What do you mean? Why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
She's a whore. What do you mean? She's a whore. What do you mean?
Yeah, she's a whore.
Absolutely.
She's a whore now.
Yeah.
Because of the quantity of niggas she was fucking.
She got 5 niggas going inside of her. That's ridiculous.
She's a whore, right? Right. But if he cheated first and fucked 5 different bitches, he's not a whore?
5 different. She's taking 5 niggas.
Well, obviously he can't fuck 5 bitches at once. He only has 1 penis. I'm just saying.
Yo.
It's still 5 different bitches. It's on a different occasion. But she's a whore because it was all at that moment. Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
She getting trained.
But he's not a whore. He's not a whore. Because
They both whores, but that's
it's
some
not. You wasn't
ultra
supposed to say
warrior
that.
shit right there. Like that's
Get outta
that's
here.
super.
No, I ain't gonna care. I'm gonna stick what I'm saying. He not a whore.
See?
If he fuck 5 bitches,
You say
on
he not a-
different if he fuck 5 bitches on different occasions, and
So is he a whore if he fucks them all on the same day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little.
you
Yeah,
You a slut.
Yeah.
Okay, clarification. We got
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man, that's our 267. Man. Make sure you know what I'm saying y'all give us some scenarios, man. DM us, man. Give us some of y'all crazy scenarios. Hey, we might listen, man. We gonna use them all. All right. Off of that, infidelity. Since we're on that topic, who's usually to blame for infidelity? Is it somebody something somebody's doing, or is it just that person automatically is just to blame? Like is it automatically that person? What do you think?
You answered it. You answered it first.
Define infidelity. I really don't know what that is.
Huh?
Define infidelity.
Cheating.
Just
Now, is that just cheating? Like, does it other stuff? Cheating
is anything that you would not do in front of your significant other.
Okay.
So if it's a text message, a phone call, a look, or actually fucking somebody, that is cheating.
That all falls under
It all falls
infidelity.
under it. Yeah.
that's if you married though, right?
No.
That's a gentleman too.
And you're in a relationship.
Why is always why humans do that? You got different words for the same goddamn meaning. What the?
Because infidelity is just the proper way of saying you're cheating, I guess. I don't know. They're not going to say, if you're in court, they're not going to say cheating.
So does the other person have any blame when it comes to infidelity? Like, that person didn't just up and say, I'm not saying all people do, but sometimes something along the line, something start lacking.
All right, we'll put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a prime example. When a female gets pregnant and things change, it could be like her first pregnancy, second, third, whatever. She gets pregnant, so body is changing, hormones are different, attitude is very different, and things like that. And a guy feels as though either like he's left out the loop, so the sex life changes. Now y'all go from fucking like rabbits to now y'all, only doing it once or twice a week, maybe, or whatever. So he feels like his sex life is lacking, so he steps out. He decides to cheat because it's lacking.
True.
The person that cheats is to blame. Because if you couldn't say what was wrong, like in the relationship before you decided to step out and you just decided to cheat, like you already made your decision. Remember, cheating is a choice. Ain't nobody forcing you to fucking do it.
True.
It's a choice.
Very much so.
So if you in a relationship and you out at a bar or whatever case may be, and you see a cute girl and you decide to get her number, you made that choice.
True.
And yet your significant other might have not did shit. Like, they do everything for you. There's no problems. They trust you. They don't argue with you constantly. Like, they good, and you decided to step out. You made that decision to do it.
True. Sometimes guys just make that decision. Like you said, it might not be nothing that your significant other is doing. It's just that's the decision that particular person wanted to make.
Yeah, females do it too.
I'm about to say, yeah, women do this. Women do the same thing too. Like, women, they could be in a relationship with a guy, they love him to death, all of this, post them, all the other shit, and they still can be out doing what the fuck they want to do too. So.
I mean, if a female, usually a female doesn't, it's like, they'll do it if their guy is like too trusting, like he really don't give a shit, and like, or he's a homebody and know that some females be like, I can get away with this shit, so I'm gonna do it. Devious. Ain't got no reason for it.
It's just devious.
But anybody that cheats will always find a reason to cheat.
Right, to make them feel
make them feel less guilty for what they're doing, unless they like a cold-hearted motherfucker and don't give a shit. Other than that, you're gonna find a reason to cheat. Oh, you always arguing with me. You always nitpicking, or we don't have sex as much. You kind of let yourself go, or something like that. It's just like niggas be letting themselves go too, and then your female, like your girlfriend, will automatically cheat on you because you decided that you gained a few pounds. You went from like
a little stubby.
You went out here from being like
Michelin man out this joint
to being like whoa, and then
the vending machine.
Yeah, but
you was the snack in the machine. Now you just the vending machine all together.
As soon as a nigga, with a girl, she start gaining weight and she get a little chubby from what she was. And it was like, oh, you gotta automatically cheat. Like, damn. Like, okay, if this not what you used to, this not what you attracted to, because that happens.
Right.
People don't like that. But if your guy is attracted to like skinny or fit girls, and that's what he met you as, and people can say like, oh, well, if they love you, it shouldn't matter. It does. It matters. You
gotta keep some type of upkeep.
You gotta keep some type of upkeep. The same way, if you met him and he was athletic, he was going to the gym, like he was all about his body and everything like that, and then y'all got together and he just kind of let that shit go.
Went from Buddy Love to fucking Sherman Clump.
And you like, and it's like you will love them. You do love them regardless, but you also have a type that you have. And when you met your significant other, fell for them, and continued to be with them, there was a reason behind it.
Right. Now, off of that, how do you know when it's time to let go of a relationship?
Oh, that's scenario based. That's up to you.
I think it's all. I think it all depends on that particular person. Like, it's about how much you're willing to. I shouldn't say deal with, but you're willing to go like before you see change. Pretty much, like if you telling this person you with, you know, you might not, you don't like this, you don't like when they do that, you don't like this, and they constantly keep doing it. They constantly keep doing it, and you keep saying like, I don't like this, I don't like this, because people will put that in the back of their head. They put that back in their head, like, all right, clearly they don't give a fuck about not necessarily my feelings, but don't care about. No, it's my feelings. Pretty much, you don't care about my feelings. Because I'm telling you something that I want you to change. It's all about communication. People preach communication, but then when you start communicating, it's a problem. Now you communicate. Now you figure you want to say that my communication is turning into me bitching, or my communication is turning into an argument or something when it shouldn't get to that point. If I'm communicating something to you that I do not like, that's what this is why I'm trying to tell you that. So don't get mad when I say, all right, you know what, this ain't working out. I feel that we should part ways. Now you mad at me trying to figure out why you parting ways when I told you. I gave you the steps, like you said way back when, the steps, everything. I gave you all of those little things. I gave you little hints. I told you this. I didn't just up and leave. I let it slide. Yep. I let it slide. So many times you let shit slide before you be like, all right, I'm gonna slide my ass out of here.
Exactly, because nobody wants to keep repeating themselves. Like if I'm telling you, if I'm being an adult about it and actually telling you that you're doing something that's bothering me, then after that first time when you said, okay, I apologize for me doing that, I'll fix it, I'll work on it. At least if somebody sees you attempting to work on it and do better by it, they're not gonna just automatically leave you or keep nitpicking about it. But if you ain't doing shit to change it, and I gotta keep reminding you, even the times where I might bite my tongue and not say it, but then I gotta keep reminding you about it, like you don't respect me. You don't respect shit I'm saying to you, so why should we continue on this relationship?
Yeah. Last one. Which is a hard one because everybody has their own. How would you define success? What would your definition of success be? Because I think everybody has their own, their own definition of success. What does success look like? Does success have a look?
I don't know, because that's scenario based. Because your success is not going to be the same as somebody else. I think it's all about a goal that you wanted to reach that you actually reach.
True.
Like your primary goal, not just like a regular goal. Like if you said you wanted to. No, I can't even say that. It's whatever goal that you want to reach, and then if you reach that goal or go above and beyond for that goal,
you were successful for that particular goal.
That particular thing.
Yeah, it's like when people go to college, go to school for something, and like their ultimate goal is to graduate and get a particular job. Like you went to school for nursing, and your ultimate goal is to become an RN. That defines success for you. Now that's one layer of success, but then now you go to the next layer of success. All right, what do you want to do? All right, I want to make this amount of money. Right. You make that amount of money. Now you're like, all right, I feel like I'm successful. Then you want to take it to the next. You always want to keep trying to outdo your last goal. Yeah. You don't want to just make one goal, accomplish that goal, and then that's it. Yeah. Like you accomplish the goal, you feel like you
are your only competition. So you strive to be better than you were yesterday. Your goal can be as simple as like you wanted to lose 10 pounds by the end of the month. If you reach that goal, success.
Yeah. If not, keep going.
Everybody wants the same thing. You want to live comfortably. You want to have peace, and you don't want to have to worry about where your next meal is coming from, paying a bill or anything like that. That's the general thoughts of success, or being successful. But whatever goal that you have or however you see yourself being successful, that's how you define your success. Because you can't define everybody's, because everybody doesn't have the same goal. Some people want to be rich and famous. Some people just want to be wealthy. Some people want to be, they want to have a big family, so they want to be successful in having multiple kids, shit like that.
Some people idea of success is they want to work their job, they want to retire with a pension, and that's how they want to live their life. They don't want to have to worry about a business. They don't want to have to worry about none of that. Like that's their idea of success. Like I retired, I had a successful life, I touched a lot of people.
I ain't got no debt,
nothing.
Like
yeah,
that's some people's success. Everybody don't want to be an entrepreneur or want to own 30 businesses to say they're successful.
Correct.
Because that's just not always the end goal, and a lot of people, it's not as easy as it may look.
Yeah.
So
I think the best way to wrap up the show. We really didn't have an overall topic, but I think it's mistakes versus choices. Because it was a mistake or was it your choice?
A choice.
Was it?
A lot of this shit was choices.
Because sometimes people will say, I made a mistake.
Mistake is once. A choice. I mean, because
What?
you make the choice. You making the choice to do it before that.
Making the choice to make that mistake.
Yeah, you making the choice to make that mistake. So like, I think a mistake is something that you can't control.
Maybe.
I think a choice. Some people make choices to make mistakes.
Yeah, sometimes people make the mistake of making the wrong choice.
Well, only becomes a mistake. It becomes a mistake when you get caught. Other than that, nobody knows about it. It's not a mistake.
Other than that, it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just in the air.
If you sing the wrong note, nobody catches it. But it's not a mistake.
You performing on stage and you might stumble. Nobody caught it. You good.
You good.
It's only a mistake if people find out that it was a mistake, man. But we appreciate you for listening, like always. Like I always say, man, common sense ain't always too common. So put a little bit more smarts in the world. Make sure you're cop up on our gear. Like always, letsmakesenseofitpodcast.com. Cop up on the gear. And on that note, it's the Bull Vance.
And
Make it make sense.
Holla at y'all.